Hey up, it's the old Yorkshire geek here, and I'm coming to you tonight with a review, as you can see from the picture on the screen, of, what the hell do they call it? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I nearly got all that wrong, didn't I? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I saw it last night, so I'm going to do a review. I'll do like a recap of events, so there's going to be spoilers, full spoilers. So I'm going to do a recap of what happens in the film. I'll give my thoughts along the way, and then I'll do what I thought of it at the end. So off we go. I've got notes. I actually made notes. Here we go. Can you hear them? I haven't got my camera on today because I couldn't be bothered setting my screen up. And you're not looking at my living room. Right. So anyway, right. So hang on. Let's get this playing in the background. No audio, but it's just there for fancy. I'm gonna burp. Sorry, I'm drinking pop. Oh, pardon me. We're live. Right, so the film opens with... it's not going to be a full recap, by the way. Not going to be for hours and hours. Just going to give basics what happens. We see Doctor Strange, who looks a little bit different, and a young woman who turns out to be America Chavez. And they're running through this magical, mystical landscape. And the big monsters chasing them, and they get to this. Apparently, they're after a book. There's a lot of things in this film that I can't remember the names of. So I'll get all this wrong. I'll just select good book and bad. I know the bad book's the Darkhold, but there's a good book, and I can't remember what it was called. And there's monsters and stuff that have names that I can't remember the names of, and characters. So just bear with me. So they're chasing, this monster's chasing them, and apparently they're after this book that you can see in the distance. It's all glowing and shiny. It's must be like the Bible, but it's a good book, like the opposite of the Darkhold. It must be full of nice magic. Anyway, this monster, whatever's chasing them, it blocks their path, and this Doctor Strange, who looks a bit different, starts fighting with it, doing his magic and all that. And it doesn't say, for some reason, while he's got the monster distracted, it doesn't say to America Chavez, it doesn't say, go get the book. So, whatever. Anyway, basically, what it boils down to, they don't get the book. I can't actually remember what happens to the book. I don't think anything happens to it. I think... Doctor Strange gets impaled, that's it, this Doctor Strange. I'm sure he's got a different name. But he gets impaled by this monster. America Chavez gets scared and opens up a portal. That's her superpower. She's two superpowers. She can open portals to different places in the multiverse. And she can punch really hard. So, yeah, whatever. I'm sure that makes sense somehow. So she gets scared when she sees Doctor Strange basically gets killed. So whenever she gets scared, she thinks she can't control her abilities. So a portal opens up and they go through it, and they end up in our reality, in our version of the multiverse, which is called Earth 616. Right, just check my notes. Then what happens? Then we cut to our Doctor Strange. I nearly called him Doctor Doom then. An idiot. Our Doctor Strange. And he's at a wedding. He's at Christine's wedding. The love of his life from the previous film. Is at her wedding. And obviously he's not getting married to her. She's marrying some other bloke who I can't even remember what he looks like. Did we see him in the film? I don't know. I wasn't paying that much attention. To be honest, I kind of zoned out a lot in this film. I'm sorry, but I did. So they have a bit of back and forth and a chat. They're still friendly, obviously, because he was invited to the wedding, but obviously they're not together anymore. But he still has feelings for her, and she does for him to a certain extent, but she's marrying some other bloke. Then they had a commotion, and Doctor Strange leaps out of the window. His magical cloak, I know it's got a name, but his magical cloak wraps around him, and he flies down and sees this big, massive cartoon monster. It looks rubbish. It does. It looks rubbish. By the way, the director of this film is Sam Raimi, who brought us The Evil Dead and loads of other great films. The Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man trilogy. But he's been like hobbled in this film, I think, by Marvel. There's some scenes that are really good and quite scary, and some it's quite gruesome in places, to be honest, for a Marvel film. But it's not a great film. Let's just say that it's not bad. It's not bad. Yes, Derpy Gaming, the movie, was a little bit disappointing. It was a little bit, but I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. Where were we? This giant monster. Let's say it's a big cartoon octopus. I know it's got a name. I can't remember what it is. Apparently it was big in the comics. I only know that from another review. And it's throwing things around, and apparently it's after America Chavez, and Doctor Strange saves her, and there's buses that get cut in half. You've seen it all in the trailers and stuff. And it goes climbing up a wall and all this, and then Wong appears. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, but he's not really. He's just the Sorcerer Supreme, by name. Obviously, Doctor Strange. Stephen Strange is miles better than him, but officially, Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme, even though I don't really deserve it, in my opinion. But anyway, so anyway, they beat this monster. Check my notes again. I put decent fight, but the creature is way too cartoony. I'm also thinking this is in New York. I think it's New York anyway. Yeah, it is, isn't it? So where's Spider-Man and where's Daredevil? Where's all the other... Where's the Avengers? I know Avengers Tower isn't there anymore, but where's the other superheroes that live in New York? I don't know. As the critical drinker would say, don't know. Then what happens? I had to beat it quite easily, to be honest. He basically skewers its eye. Its eyeball pops out, and I laughed at that because that's a Sam Raimi thing. Just about in every Sam Raimi film, somebody's eyeball pops out, doesn't it? So there you go. What else? I can't remember. They talked to what's-her-face, America Chavez, and she says she's being chased across the multiverse because of her powers. She says there's a demon that wants her powers. It turns out it's Wanda. Spoilers, it's Wanda. Just turn on my notes. Did you hear that? And they don't believe her, so she says she can prove it, and she shows them up on a rooftop the Doctor Strange from her dimension. I suppose that's what you call it, innit? Is dead, and he's starting to decompose. They must decompose quite quickly from their dimension, because we see him later on, and half his face is missing, just about. So, what's the word? Corruption must happen more quickly than I realised. So, then what happens? Doctor Strange, the tech, what's-her-face? America Chavez, to the Sorcerer Supreme Fortress, or whatever the hell it's called, for safety. And Doctor Strange goes off to see Wanda, because he thinks she can help. So he goes, and we see Wanda. I was trying to remember the name of the actress, and I forgot. And I'm a massive simp for her, but I've started a live stream, and my brain's gone out the window. Elizabeth, what's-her-face? Olsen, that's it, Elizabeth Olsen. We see her, and to be honest, she's the only reason I watched the film, because I think she's gorgeous, so there you go. But anyway, and it turns out, what have I written here? She's the baddie. It turns out she's the villain. So, what have I written there? I can't even read my own handwriting. What does that say? I've no idea. It's just a squiggle. So that's what it says. My handwriting's rubbish. I should be a doctor, but not a superhero one. He's talking to her, and he mentions an archer with a mohawk, and I was thinking, who's that? I don't know any archers with a mohawk. I know there's Hawkeye, but he ain't got a mohawk, and neither has the other one that were in Hawkeye TV series that were crap. So I didn't understand that. But there you go. Maybe he had a mohawk in the comics. I don't know, because I didn't read the comics. Anyway, so it becomes apparent that she's the villain. So she attacks the fortressy place. She kills loads of people. In cold blood, some of them. She captures Wong. And Doctor Strange and America Chavez, they escape through the portal. Obviously, she gets scared and the portal opens up and she goes through it. Then what? They end up in a multiverse place where Doctor Strange is dead. And there's like this organisation called the Illuminati, and they're covering up from the fact that in their dimension, Doctor Strange basically turned bad. He opened up the Darkhold and became evil or whatever. And they had to kill him. They got Black Bolt to talk to him, and Black Bolt kills people with his voice. It's Earth 838, this one. That's what it is. This is our Earth is 616. And theirs is 838. Then what? We see these Illuminati, and there's Black Bolt, who we saw in Inhumans, which I got partway through the first episode and turned it off because it was crap. There's the fella from Chiwetel Ejiofor from Doctor Strange 1. Don't ask me the name of his character, I can't remember. He's there. There's Captain Marvel, who's played by Lashana Lynch, who we know from James Bond, and she's Monica Rambeau, isn't she, in the Captain Marvel film. Then who else is there? There's Peggy Carter, the lovely Hayley Atwell. She's there as I don't know the name of her character. She's not Captain America. She's not Captain Britain. She's just Captain Carter, I suppose. And she's there looking lovely. Who else is there? And then there's Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski or whatever his name is. He's there. And also coming in the last minute, rolling in his wheelchair, music comes on. I don't know, it might have done, I don't know, I don't pay much attention, to be honest. Is Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart, and I kind of inwardly groan because I just remember in Star Trek Picard how horrible that was. But anyway, so then what happens? Wanda possesses she's got the ability to possess the versions of herself in different universes. So she possesses 838's version of herself and goes on a rampage in the Illuminati headquarters. I don't know how she found it, but she just did. So she goes in and basically destroys everything, and she kills off the Illuminati quite easily. Obviously, the men die first in no time at all, apart from Charles Xavier. She kills Black Bolt. That's quite gruesome. It's like just his head just caves in and his eyes go all bloody. So he's dead. And then she just turns Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, turns him into spaghetti, and then his head blows up in a bloody. So there you go. What's Derpy Game? Honestly, I thought I watched CW show, aka Crisis on Infinite Earths, in particular, on drugs. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Very good. I never saw that, to be honest. I used to watch the CW shows, Arrow and Flash and all that, but I think I saw the first crossover one that they did, but I'd stopped watching it after that. Not because I didn't like it, I just kind of stopped watching for no reason. Anyway, then where were we? She kills them all, and but Captain Marvel and Peggy Carter obviously put up more of a fight, but they eventually get dispatched. I think she chops Captain Carter in half with her own shield, and Captain Marvel gets squashed under a big statue, and then she kills Charles Xavier. She sneaks up behind him in a cloud and breaks his neck. So there you go. Then what? Then Wanda chases Doctor Strange, America Chavez, and Christine, who were there. She's there as a scientist or whatever. starts chasing them through these tunnels, and there's like blast doors closing behind them as they run. A bit like Star Wars. But not. And she's running behind them. I don't know how she flies. She can fly, but she's just running behind them and just smashing through the blast doors with her red magic. And then what? Oh, and they get to they just stop. They just stop running. I thought it was a dead end, but it didn't. But they just stop. And this blast door. And she stops for some reason. And they wait for her to come through. But then she just appears. Just like steps into frame. I don't know how, but you think, oh, crikey, they're done for. But then Doctor Strange makes the ceiling collapse because they must be underwater. They must be under the river. It probably explained it, but as I said, I zoned out a lot. And all this water just comes gushing down. They run away, and the water doesn't catch up to them. And then, luckily, this it will probably CG. A CG blast door comes down and stops the water just in time. It looks rubbish. It looks rubbish. Hey, then what? Oh, and they get to this door. He opens it. He uses his watch to open it. And the door opens, and they get to that thing where we see that good glowy book. I think it's the same location. I think it's supposed to be like between realms, and it's all funky. So they go and try and get that, and Wanda follows them through. What have I written? Tell you, because I can't remember. Oh, well, they get to the book, and then it gets destroyed almost instantly. So that MacGuffin's out the window. Then America Chavez opens up another portal, and then what? I can't remember. Because I can't read my own handwriting. Oh, yeah, we see Wanda. She goes to this place, this mountaintop temple or whatever the hell it is, where the real Darkhold is, because apparently the one that we saw earlier in the film that gets destroyed were a copy. So there's the real one in this temple, and Wanda goes there. She's still got Wong with her, because he told her about it. Under duress, I might add. So they go there, and these more cartoon monsters appear. They look rubbish. They look like from a game, to be honest. But whatever. So there's these cartoon monsters, and they end up, bowing down to Wanda because there's a statue that looks like her. So they think she's there for some reason. Wong escapes his bonds, and they have a little bit of a fight, and then she blasts him out over this ledge, and you think, oh, is he dead? He's falling to his doom. But obviously he's not. He comes back in a bit. Then what? Then the Wanda 838 one, we go back to the other thing. She captures America Chavez, and she does her magic-y stuff, and she uses her powers to open the portal. And she sends Doctor Strange and Christine through the portal, and then she opens another one and sends America Chavez to our unit, to Earth 616. That's what she does, and then Wanda must release the 838 Wanda from her spell, and she sods off. Then what happens? Doctor Strange and Christine in this new multiverse place. They find the Doctor Strange from that one, and it turns out he's evil. He's got 3 eyes. Apparently, he's called Sinister Strange. Whatever. Anyway, so they have a fight because there's a Darkhold there, you see. So this one had used the Darkhold and turned evil. So he's Sinister Strange. So they have a fight. They have this musical battle where they're shooting musical notes at each other. And I'm sure I rolled my eyes a little bit because it was a bit like Fantasia or something. I'm sure they thought they were being very clever and artistic, but it just were a bit stupid to me. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that Sinister Strange gets beaten, and Doctor Strange, our Doctor Strange, he uses the zombie. He opens up the Darkhold and he uses the not the zombie, the dead Doctor Strange. He reanimates him on our Earth 616. He reanimates him. Hang on, turn me notes over. Sound effects. BBC. Not the real BBC, the rubbish one. As in the real BBC. Not the... Oh, God. You know what I mean. The British Broadcasting Corporation is the rubbish one, not the real BBC. That's the good one. With Az and Nina and Gary and Marla and X-Ray Girl. But whatever. Right. And he uses demons... These demons come and they say, you're not supposed to use to reanimate bodies, but he ends up controlling them somehow. I don't know how, I can't remember. As I said, I zoned out. And he uses these demons to beat Wanda, well, to attack Wanda in Earth 616. And during the fight, zombie Doctor Strange tells America Chavez that she has to trust her powers. And America Chavez thinks, I can't control my powers. But he says, you can control them because every time you opened a portal, we went to wherever we needed to be at that time. So you can control them, just trust yourself. So what she does, she opens a portal to 838 and sends Wanda through. She gives Wanda she finds out she does this amazing punching. I think, does it in the comics, does she have a massive hand when she punches? Well, she doesn't in the film. Not that I noticed, anyway. I might have blinked and missed it. Anyway, she uses a super punch and Wanda gets sent through and she's in the living room and there's a kids there. Because apparently all this, I forgot to mention earlier on, all this is because she wants her kids back. By the way, it's a sequel to WandaVision, the TV series on Disney+. So if you haven't seen that, if you don't have Disney+, and you haven't seen WandaVision, then you probably don't know what's going on or why she's doing what she's doing. But she wants her kids, her imaginary kids that she created in WandaVision. She wants them. And obviously there's real versions of them in the multiverse because, there's an infinite number of universes where anything can happen. It's a bit like, I think they mentioned it in Buffy, where there'll be like a universe where everything's made of shrimp and stuff like that. It's anything can happen. Some of them are virtually identical to ours and some are a lot different. Basically anything you can imagine, there's a multiverse about it. Anyway, so where were we? So she does that. I like it. She shoves Wanda through and she lands in front of her kids and the kids scream because Wanda's looking all evil. And the 838 Wanda appears. She comes into the room and basically they fight a little bit. Bad Wanda knocks her about. And the kids are terrified. They don't want anything to do with this Wanda. So, obviously, she realises the error of her ways. Because, you can't have Doctor Strange beating her, by the way. It was America Chavez that sort of beat her. But in the end, she beats herself. She realises the error of her ways. And then what? And then she makes things right again. She goes back to 616, our Earth. And America Chavez and Wong, yeah. But not the zombie Doctor Strange, he stays there. They go through a portal, they go away. And then Wanda basically collapses. I think she destroys the Darkholds in every universe. In every universe. And then she collapses the bloody temple on top of herself, and it all collapses, and then there's like a flash of red inside, and you think, oh, right, is that her magic? Is she dead? I doubt it, but, I think she'll be back. Then what? Then we get to the end. When the dust settles, is my notes. The Sorcerer's Temple is being rebuilt, and America Chavez, or AC as I've written, is in training. It shows all the trainees and all doing the swirly, is it ring sling or whatever the fucking hell they call it. I don't know. I swore then, sorry. They're doing all that training and it's a happy ending, basically. Everything's cool. And Doctor Strange goes back to New York and he's walking across the street and he suddenly screams and an eyeball opens up in his head. So he's Sinister Strange, apparently. Then there's a mid-credit scene with Charlize Theron as somebody. Is it Clear, whatever her name is? And she's come from the, I forgot to call it, Dark Dimension, where Dormammu is. And apparently she's related to Dormammu. I don't know. And they have to go and do something there. And then there's an end credit scene with Bruce Campbell that's got really no purpose. Earlier in the film, I forgot to mention it, they came across Bruce Campbell in Earth 838, and they had a bit of a kerfuffle with him, and Doctor Strange made him continuously punch himself, and they just left him like that. Anyway, at the end of the film, the spell wears off, he stops punching himself, and he looks to camera and says something like, I don't know, shouldn't you be going home, or go home, or whatever, I don't know. Then what? Oh, and that's it. Yeah, it's broken the fourth wall, and that's it. The end. So, it wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. That's the thing. I watched it all the way through. I didn't feel the compunction to stop watching it, to walk out or whatever. But I've never done that anyway. So, but it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. I get the feeling there's been a lot of studio faffing. Because of Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that because of the success of that, they've faffed a little bit and done some reshoots. But they could have added more. There could have been more cameos. It'd have been nice to see Spider-Man in it, to be honest. Particularly at the beginning with the fight with the octopus creature with a big, massive eye. It'd be nice to see another superhero come in and try and help. Like Spider-Man or Daredevil or whatever. But Spider-Man would have been the best. But he didn't, so there you go. The Illuminati were dispatched too easily. Especially the men. I wonder if that's why John Watts left the Fantastic Four film, because he saw what happened to Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, in this, and he didn't want anything else to do with it, because Marvel are bastards. So they should get Sean Bean in to be Reed Richards, and he'd just call everybody a bastard and throttle them with his bendy arm. But that's my dream. Anyway, so there you go. So, yeah, that's it. That's the end. It was okay. I didn't hate it. I'll probably never watch it again. But to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of the first Doctor Strange film. I didn't think that was that good. It was okay, but it wasn't that good. So it was a lesser Marvel film. It's not up there with the likes of Iron Man and Thor and all them. And Captain America. They're the proper Marvel heroes, MCU heroes at any rate. Right, what next? There was something I'm going to say about it, and I forgot what I'm going to say now. Oh, what was I going to say? I'm useless. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, so that's that. I'll stop that. And what we'll do, before I go, because I'm going to go soon, what was I going to say? I'm going to say something, I forgot what it was. Never mind. Can't have been important. It was probably a lie. So what we'll do today, Disney or 20th Century Fox, not called that anymore, are they? It's just 20th Century Studios now, isn't it? Anyway, they dropped the. Hang on, let's get rid of that. Right, and we'll put that up. There we go. See, getting snazzy now, and we don't need that anymore. Padosh. And we'll have a look at the Avatar 2, The Way of Water trailer, but I'll not have any audio because I'll probably get, bloody what they call it, copyright strike. So I'll just play it and we'll have a look. I've watched it once, not the film, the trailer, and it looks okay. It looks pretty much same as the first Avatar, to be honest, just with different, characters. There we go. We see what's her face. Neytiri, who, for a computer-generated character is kind of hot. There's Jake and the flying on their flying things. In, what's it, 2009? 13 years for a sequel. Unbelievable. Because they're going to have 3D without glasses. I bet it's crap. Nobody wants to see it. They just want to see it, in IMAX or 4K. Well, it'll be 4K pictures anyway, won't it? By the way, why isn't Avatar out on 4K to buy? I don't know. Apparently, the story is that humans have come back to Pandora, and there's some more avatars. I think we saw a couple of them. So they're up to something again, of the humans. Probably back for the unobtainium. What a stupid name. I don't know. But don't know why they went with that. It was like a placeholder name, and they couldn't think of anything better. But anyway, as you can see, a lot of it's underwater. There we go. A flying thing that comes out of the water, a bit like them whale things off Attack of the Clones, on Camino. Yeah, and it is what it is, isn't it? It's Avatar with water. Instead of a jungle, it's a water. And we saw there's a... Hang on, because I've got to... there we go. We're going to play it again. It'll keep playing, won't it? There we go. What was I saying? There's a kid that we see that's living with the... What do they call him? Navi. Living with the Navi. Looks kind of like a little feral kid, but he's obviously got a mask on so he can breathe. So he's got something to do with it. Anyway, it's December that's coming out, and will it be any good? Don't know. Probably, because he makes good films, doesn't he? We moan about them and stuff, and we said they're derivative, but, they're kind of enjoyable, aren't they? I mean, to be honest, I did enjoy Avatar. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was, Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves and what else? Pocahontas in space. But it was fun and it was good. And all the animals came at the end, to save them, I got a little bit of a lump in my throat, so there you go. Right, so that's it. So we'll leave it there. That was my review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It was okay. That's all. But apparently apparently it's making loads of money. It's going to hundreds of millions of dollars on its opening weekend or opening week or whatever. So it's going to be a success, probably. So there'll be a Doctor Strange 3, I should imagine. Where he'll go to the, Dark Dimension and, once again battle Dormammu, whatever his name is. But what's coming next? What's the next film? Oh, it's Thor: Love and Thunder, isn't it? There were no connection to that. They usually interconnect the films like that, don't they? There's usually a credit scene that connects to the next film, but I didn't see that in this. Unless Charlize Theron pops up in Thor: Love and Thunder, I don't know. But anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. Hang on, I'll take that one off, and we'll put. Where the hell have I put it? We'll put that back just while I say goodbye. So, wherever you are in the universe, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video. And thanks to Derpy Gaming for commenting in the live chat. Super ace, amazing. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all that stuff. And wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee.